Who can you depend on when times is rough? When times is hard? It most certainly has to be someone who is supportive, dependable, loving, where my mother is all the above. Therefore, I believe it's important to pay tribute to her for her many sacrifices. I witnessed and experienced firsthand all of the hard sacrifices that my mother gave for our family. My mother is a special someone to me because of her dedication to her family, as well as her faith and drive for overcoming sickness. Being the mother of four knucklehead children, two boys, two girls, we always depended on our mother to be the backbone and support system for our family. For as long as I can remember, my mother has always kept two jobs in order to support her family. On top of working two jobs, my mother still performed her motherly and household duties. Duties such as cooking, cleaning, or whatever needed to be done around the house. My mother was always on top doing the providing. I can even remember a time coming home from school happy knowing that I had a hot meal to eat. Because of my father's long and ever-changing work schedule, my mother was forced to take the role of both parents, which I'm sure wasn't too much to handle for my mother because I know she's a fighter. Amen. My mother's a type of person who puts her all into everything she does and gives nothing less. Similar to what any mother's role consists of: loving, teaching, caring, sharing. My mother possesses each of these qualities. That's what makes her such a special person. Whenever things are going wrong, or whenever I need someone to talk to, I can always count on my mother to be there for me in my time of need. Even the times I feel like I don't deserve her love, my mother still loves me unconditionally. Even how about the times as a child when I roll all over her brand new furniture with a permanent marker? Though my hind end was sore for about a week, I concluded that my mother was teaching me discipline and good behavior. In fact, I don't ever recall making that same mistake twice. In addition to my mother's sacrifices, I also commend her for her faith and drive for defeating her sickness. For many years, my mother suffered from random seizure attacks. I can remember being 6 years old and the first time witnessing an attack come against my mother. I was terrified, afraid, too young to understand what was taking place before my very eyes. Seeing my mother lay there unresponsive, with her eyes rolling in the back of her head, was definitely a frightening moment for me because I can't even imagine losing my mama or something bad happened to my mother. However, my mother used to always state that God would heal her of her condition, and that one day she would never have to take medication again. Well, I guess my mother's faith paid off for her after all. Thanks to the good Lord, it's been over 9 years since my mother has experienced any seizure attack, or 5 years since she has taken any type of medications. My mother is now 54 and more healthier than she's ever been. In closing, my mother will always be that special someone to me. Any woman that can work two jobs, defeat sickness, and raise four knucklehead children up to be respectful, young, hard-working adults, then I'm sure they have earned the right to be called special. And again, in this case, that special someone is my mother. Dedicated to family, always placing others above herself, her faith, her drive. This is what makes my mother special. Therefore, I will honor and cherish my mother for as long as I have breath in my body. For she is the one who gave me life. And last but not least, I encourage everyone and all to honor and cherish their mother as well. In the wombs of our mothers we were born, and there will never be another person on earth that can take the place of our mother.
Murder. Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Murder.